Okay. All right. Thank you for being here, everybody. My name is Rodriguez-Flores, and I'm an organizer with SCIU Local 620. We're the Service Employees International Union. We're the largest, fastest growing union in the country, and we do a lot of work right here in Santa Barbara County to fight for issues that matter to families, to fight for things like a living wage, like health care, like sick leave so that people can be at home when they're ill, and vacation so that people can have time to spend with their families. And this is what we do right here in our community and all over the country. Now, I don't know, it might seem kind of funny for us to be here, oh, a labor union, what are they doing? You know, but really this election is about the things that matter to families, and there are groups out there that are pushing a very different agenda under the name of family values, and it really is essentially an agenda based around wedge issues, around fear, around hate and intolerance. And they're trying to put out the message that these are the issues that families care about. So for example, we have Proposition 4 on the ballot, which is being supported by our quote-unquote moderate Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is a proposition that's being supported by the same people who push policies that keep teens ignorant about their own bodies, and without having access to contraception, and that contribute to the U.S. having, you know, a much higher rate of teen pregnancies than countries like Canada or other industrialized nations. And you know, these people who support these abstinence-only programs now want to push a law that's going to put teens in harm's way. And that's just despicable. That's wrong. Because, you know, trust among families cannot be legislated, as people have mentioned before. Unfortunately, there are many teens who are not in a safe situation, and this is an issue that's important for me personally. When, you know, I grew up in a family that was affected by domestic violence. My father was physically abusive with my mom and with my sisters. So when my sister was pregnant at age 15, they're really, you know, telling my father wasn't an option because her personal safety was at risk. And so this is why laws like this are out of touch with reality, and with the reality of teens and the real safety of teens. And around in other states that have passed similar laws, teen pregnancy rates have actually gone up. So yeah, we need to stand strong against Prop 4 and say that it's bad for our families. Likewise, Proposition 8, it's being pushed again by a group called Focus on the Family. So again, there's that family values. Now, I don't know about any of your families, but I don't know if any family that you know thinks it's in their best interest for their teenage sons and daughters to be more likely to be targets of violence, to be more likely to end up homeless, to be more likely to commit suicide ultimately, because all of these are things that you know teens who identify as gay and lesbian experience. And these are things that happen as a result of, again, the fear and hate-driven propaganda of the extreme right wing. And so this is an issue that, again, fighting this measure is something that's important for our families, and also in terms of economic justice. Same-sex couples deserve access to every single benefit that heterosexual couples have. You know, if I don't know that my love is any less valuable than anybody else's just because it's for a person of the same sex, and my family certainly doesn't hold homophobia as one of its core values. So now the most important thing to remember, though, is again these issues, the so-called family values issues, are wedge issues that are being used to distract from policies driven by the extreme hard wing that are harming families right now. You know, the governor who is supporting Proposition 4 recently slashed wages to all state employees to the federal minimum wage. you know, and right now there's cuts happening in every county in California and the state to social services, to alcohol, drug, and mental health services, to public health, child support services. You know, right here in Lompoc, our child support office just closed because of lack of support from the state level. So these are the types of things that are really affecting families. And you know, we have the state legislature and again, hardcore right-wing ideologues digging in their heels and preventing revenue increases that are necessary at a time when public school costs are going up, driving college education out of the reach of families. These are the issues that are affecting our families, not, you know, these wedge issues. People are dying because of lack of access to healthcare, even as our governor vetoes universal healthcare bills. These, again, you know, these wedge issues, they don't speak to the reality, to the needs of the families of California and of Santa Barbara. You know, and this election cycle, conservatives, and I think that's a funny word because instead of conserving, they've done so much destruction to our public infrastructure. But, you know, they're really banking on this sort of morality, family value strategy, because that is the only way that they can distract from all of the harm that they have done to so many people in our country and around the world. You know, right now we even have Sarah Palin, who's this prominent woman candidate and whose beautiful family is used to hide the fact that she's supporting a presidential candidate who has a record of not only being anti-choice, but of opposing equal pay for equal work and similar other measures that really make a difference when it comes to the lives of women. You know, when we're not talking about glass ceilings and things like that. So they're really banking on this strategy of dividing, of creating fear and hate, to distract from the profits that are being made by the powerful interests that support them. And it's a strategy that's worked in the past to divide the left. But really, now is a time to create a unified, progressive movement that says no to all of this division. What's that again? No! That's right. You know, as Barack Obama said, you know, our future president of the United States, in his speech about a more perfect union, he talked about how, you know, white and black Americans have been divided in the past, and he said, not this time. And that's what we have to say. What's that again? No! Not this time. That's right. We have to bring back the agenda to the real issues affecting families, the real bread and butter issues that working class people care about.
Yeah.
Okay, so